This is what it looks like when it comes right out of the
Yeah,
mold?
and I'll show you to it. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
show
we'll show you in 10
it
minutes.
to you in 10 minutes when it
That's
comes out.
cool.
Yeah, so they came out really easy. Now, I do use a scalpel or a X-Acto knife. I just stabbed myself with that. Or a X-Acto knife, because sometimes it'll have a little tiny edge if it goes up over the edge of the mold. And it's right out of the oven, it's really easy to just trim it off. But for the most part, I don't worry about the edges or anything like that. And here are the other pieces. And they actually tell you on the mold what's what, you know, the bottom, the back, and the seat. So they actually tell you what they are. So we'll go over trimming if necessary when it comes out of the oven. We're going to skip right to decorating. My hands are sticky, so let me wash them off real quick.
And again, they smell really good.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to flip it around. Okay, so what I have some royal icing. And right now it's stuck. No, it's stiff consistency. Okay, so I've got a bunch of bags here and a bunch of tips. I just used some super red gel to color it. And I have a whole bunch of tips here. And it's nice. What I love about the Christmas is I only have to use, do 2 colors. The thing I hate the most is coloring frosting. I don't know why, I just don't like it. So red and green and I'm done. A super red and leaf green or holiday green are what I used. You can certainly do a different color theme. I happen to love the white, pink, and light like baby pink and violet is really pretty at Christmas time. You can do blue and white, whatever your theme is. But I'm going to use the traditional. I have a bunch of tips here. I have a bunch of number 2s and this is a number 5, and the 5 is what I'm going to use for filling it in. And then I have a 1 for doing the little pico dots that are on it. You can see here's a finished piece, see the little pico dots. I have a 1 for that. And then I'm doing some scroll work and I have number 2 for that. So, and then I have I think it's a 349, which is the bird beak tip. See, it looks like a bird beak. Okay, and that is going to be used for the holly leaves. Okay, so we'll mix this up. I made the royal icing last night, and it's stiff. You can tell it's stiff. So it doesn't have to be quite that stiff for what we're doing. But I'm going to do the outline first. I'm going to put in a number 2, and I'm going to do the outline. Now, I'm using the small bags because they give you better control. So I just take my normal 12-inch parchment bag and I cut it in half to get the smaller bag. This is going to give you better control when you pipe, and your hand's not going to get so tired. Okay?
Good tip.
Yes. I did that tip in my Lambeth class too, so it's very important. You only fill it half full. Don't fill it too full, or again, your hand's going to get too tired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline. I'm just going to outline this. What I'm going to do is use one finger to help steady because I shake a little bit. I can rest my elbow against the counter to help steady it. Okay, and then I can use the finger here or on here. You can use it either place. I'm just going to touch and let gravity do the work. Get as close to the edge as you can. The gravity is going to drop my line, and touch. Okay? So touch it. Let gravity drop the line. This is how you get nice string work. And touch. Okay? Be sure to relax the pressure before you get to the end so you don't end up with a giant blob at the end. So what I mean is that if you're standing here and you put a lot of pressure, see how you end up with a blob? Mm-hmm. And if you touch and you still have that pressure, you end up with another blob. Okay? That's what we try to avoid. You want to touch it and then start the pressure. Okay? And then I'm stopping the pressure and just laying it down.
I guess the blob would be okay if that's what you're going for, if you're doing like letters, like happy birthday or something.
Right.
You could
right.
blob each end.
You could.
But if you don't want the blob.
If you don't want the blob. Okay, and I'm stopping the pressure right there. Stopping pressure and just lay it down. Okay, if you have an oopsie of any kind.
No way.
Look, my brush came apart. Guess I need to replace that brush, don't I? A little bit of water, a damp paintbrush, okay? Get the excess water off. So it's just a little damp, and you can like move a line. If you get a good paintbrush or get it before it dries, you can move your lines. You can remove any excess blobs here at the end. I have a really bad paintbrush. I guess I'm going to use this tool because under the lights it's already dried.
That's right.
It normally hasn't dried yet. Okay,
Yeah.
so a paintbrush will do your thing in your normal household. Okay, so we want to outline all of these, okay?